Okay, guys, can you hear me? Give me a thumbs up. Sorry about that. I didn't add myself to it. I see my girls are in the house. Country girl Queena. She says, "Good evening, unapologetic real talk." And Miss Wu is in the house. She says, "Good evening, unapologetic truth tellers listening while working." Okay, guys, I went ahead and dropped the link in case I thought Miss Wu was gonna come up because I know when it comes to country girl, she don't be wanting to come up. But yes, Miss Wu, I wanted you to get back with me so we can go ahead and finish off what we had talked about the last time you and I came together when you was on my panel. So get with me so we can go ahead and talk about something different, okay? Because my God, when it comes to all this right here, it's just like beating a dead horse, which I'm going to go ahead and get into some stuff, but it's all good. Hey, Nikki Ridges is in the house, says, "Hello, everyone. Hope you all are having a wonderful, blessed day, even." Yes, indeed. So, guys, welcome to Unapologetic Real Talk. I see that so far. Hold on one second. Okay, come on, guys. Hit that like button. Hit the like button. I see that I got at least about 17 in and only 9 likes. Come on and hit that like button because my God, this is too much. I think it's time for me to go ahead and elevate myself. I keep saying it over and over and always end up talking about this, but this is it because I can see straight through this. Miss Wu says, "Absolutely. I will email you tonight." Okay, please do. So we can go ahead and talk about something different because I see straight through all this right here when it comes to these reality shows. Let me go ahead and load the music down some. Bear with me. So, guys, make sure you go ahead and hit like, comment, and share these videos for more unapologetic content. In here, we are grown folks. We ain't got time to tickle nobody ears, okay? If you can't stand the heat, then you get out of the kitchen. And that's real talk. Miss Wu says support the channel. Yes, come on, guys, support this channel. Hit the like button, comment, and share these videos for more unapologetic content. I don't know why I be so lazy, guys, not cammering up. So let me see where I'm at right now. Okay, so as you can see right here by the topic, we're gonna go ahead and talk about this again. We're gonna talk about Love and Marriage in Huntsville, the reality show versus the real life, which I can see straight through all this right here. And all this right here, what you see is nothing but a clickbait. All this right here, like I said, when it comes to Call King, I see a lot of people was upset because they thought that Call King was going to go ahead and call out Melody and denounce all the stuff that is going on. Call King is not going to do none of that, okay? Carlos King is not going to do none of that. He had his opportunity. He knows exactly what's going on. And long as we tuning into all this, he's going to continue milking this cow, okay? And all I can say right here, is working. So why fix anything that is not broken? So my girls say, come on, guys, hit the like button, share, comment, and subscribe. Come on, guys, hit the like button because this right here is not easy. Okay, it may look easy, but it's not easy at all. So let me go ahead and read my copyright disclaimer, and then I'm gonna go ahead and get into all that right there. Okay. And like I say, all this right here is for entertainment purpose only. So let me see if I can go ahead and make it a little bigger. Right here is the copyright disclaimer is under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, research. Fair use is used permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. And as you can see right here, guys, you can see where I have the title. Title is the reality show versus the real life, and that's exactly what we're going to have to learn to do when it comes to a reality show. Okay, you have to know exactly how to separate these people personal life, which I've been saying this from day one. From this reality show, these people only show you just a snippet, only a snippet within 1 hour of their real life. And most of all this stuff right here is just for entertainment purpose only. These people are cashing checks all the way to the bank. So don't you think that these people is going to go ahead and denounce anyone long as that money is coming? Now, do they feed to the bloggers? Yes, they do feed to the bloggers. Other reality shows, they feed to the bloggers as well. It's just that when it came to this particular show, they took it to an all-time low where they started getting so personal, not knowing, if you might get connected, to uh one of the casts that's on these reality shows. You think that, oh, these people are your friends. No, these people is not your friends. These people know that you have a channel set up, and they can feed you, a little bits and pieces here and there, and to get it going. And I don't think that they thought that it was going to just spiral out of control. But you got to realize, some of these people, they are coming from a trauma bind, been hurt, been going through some of this stuff, and they take it serious. And now I'm starting to see the bigger picture when it comes to all this right here, because I was waiting just like everybody else. I was waiting for Carlos King to come out, and call out some of the stuff he's just said. Maybe 10 people, but we already know, it's more than 10 people. But the thing about it is that those people that he most likely for sure know, because I'm pretty sure Carlos King, the cast, and other people, that have done their investigating, gation. I feel that they know exactly who are the ones that's taking it to an all-time low, who are the ones that's going out there and stalking, harassing, and doxing those people. They know the ones that's doing that. Miss Wu say, I see it too. I think we being played with. Absolutely, absolutely. She said, I see it's too. I think it's being played with Love and Marriage in Huntsville. Seems like most of this stuff is fake. There's some true, but some of this stuff is staged. Absolutely. These people are getting paid. It's just the thing about it is that they thought that, just say for instance, one of the cast members, you know, they maybe, used to talk to them on social media. So, these people, uh just to see that they talking to these people, some of these people, and when it comes to reality shows, I don't see that they are celebrities, not to me. These people are uh just chose to put their life on display for the entire world to pick it apart. But just to see they talking to them, it's like some of these people, they are like starstruck, or however you want to go ahead and put it, where they thought, oh, this people, these people, I know them personally. No, you don't know these people personally. These people, if they see you on the street on fire, most of them wouldn't even sit there and pee on your tail to go ahead and put it out. But yet we out there going and harassing and doxing and, doing all these things. And I was just praying, I was praying in the spirit, just give me a word, because I'm ready to move on when it comes to this, because I feel like my job is done. I'm serious. When it comes to love and marriage in Huntsville, I feel like my job is done. I did exactly what I was called to do. And that's just to show you that this stuff is, it's not real. These people, I've been saying it from day one, these people are faking it until they make it. These people are not about that life. Some of them, I'm not going to say all of them, some of it. Now, if this show right now today canceled when it comes to Tisha and Marcel, I truly believe that they're going to make it because they have several other businesses. And I'm not talking about these little corner store businesses. I'm talking about corporate businesses. These people have businesses not just in the state of Alabama, but different other locations. So if Love and Marriage in Huntsville would cancel today, I truly believe that these people is going to make it. And that's why they all jealous. And they jealous because they see how good when it comes to the Scots, Marceau and Tisha, how good they are doing. They wants to do anything to sit there and throw a wrench, but it's not going to happen because just like I went ahead and I posted a little short, you see that these people are building. This man is building his wife a home. I mean, and like I say, you can't find nothing bad to say about this. I mean, this man, just to know that you got a husband that knows how to build your dream home. And like I said, the best success is to keep on being blessed. If you want to see your enemies crawl in the corners, then continue being blessed. Continue doing something. Because now I was reading where they going around and sitting there saying that Martell, not Martell, Marcel went ahead and married Tisha because Tisha was pregnant. So what? So what? He's still with her today. And if I'm not mistaken, they were married for almost 19 years. I might be wrong, but I think it's around that time. He's still with her. And whatever he do outside, I promise you, Tisha ain't missing anything. And one thing that we know about Tisha, Tisha is not going to sit there and throw her marriage away for a freaking reality show. Now I'm starting to see the bigger picture. So if they want to say it's entertainment, then it's entertainment. So now it doesn't even bother me if they try to own this show, try to throw out that Melody and more so, they make good TV. If this is going to build Tisha house from the ground up, let him go ahead and do it because I don't think that Marcel would ever trade his family for Melody. Who would do that? Nobody in their right mind would do that, especially when Melody have four small kids as well. Make it make sense. So if it's going to bring the ratings, then I decided, hey, at first I was rocking and but God said there, say this is a reality show. Get out your feelings, okay? All this right here is a reality show. Um, Country girl say, I'm not going to, it's not going to happen. Also, she says, please hit the like button. Come on, guys, hit the like button where we are today, because my throat is kind of sore today. 13, come on, 13. I see that I have 21 people on there, but it doesn't make no sense for acting just like some of these content creators, and it doesn't make no sense because most of these content creators that's going out there and starting all this stuff is because they trying to get you to come on for clicks and likes. So they're gonna keep the drama on going. And that's what I think. I think is that's the ones that's really doing that. It is the content creators, and you're gonna find yourself in a big old class action lawsuit. I promise you, you guys will, because you guys are the ones that's taking it to an all-time low instead of every Saturday at 7 o'clock when this show comes on. Just enjoy the show just like everybody else, but you guys making it so personal. So the minute when you see Martell and Melody, the first thing you guys wants to say, oh, Martell wants Melody. Martell does not want Melody. To be honest, guys, and I'm gonna say allegedly, Martell and Ariane are married. Okay, they are married. So that's why Ariane has said before, you guys allowed this to go over your head, but I didn't. When Ariane said, when anything that's on this reality show, hey, you doing your job. You doing your job. She said that. Let me see if I can go ahead and find the clip so I won't be talking so much. So let me see. Ariana say you're doing your job. So this right here is doing. These people are doing their job. Now, in the beginning, when it came about, that's why I say you guys got to watch at least the very first season. You have to watch the very first season, because the very first season it was script. All this right here was script. It was fake. These people were supposed to just come on and tell their story. How they had a very fairy tale marriage, and then infidelity, and how they were so successful. And this right here is supposed to be the end, but I don't know how it just took place on its own. But let me see if I can go ahead and find the part where Ariane had told Martell when they was talking, anything that's on this reality show, she don't pay it no mind, because she know that, he was bringing the money home to her. It was going back into their family. So she wasn't really worried about that. It's just that when it came to these um these fans, it's the fans that did this. Is these fans, and it's not all of Melody's fans. And hold
No,
on,
Ariana, she's not.
hold on. Let me stop right here. It wasn't all the millimeters, because not all the millimeters was unhinged and going out there and doxing and harassing. We all know who the ones was, and they know who it was. They were the ones that's fanning the fire. They was the ones that's putting more into what it was not. And I truly believe that, and I'm gonna stand with my word, that when it comes to Melody, in order for Melody to get back on track, Melody, she's gonna have to rebrand herself. Okay, that's the only way, because she had attached herself to some of these overzealous uh fans, and they had like a cult behavior. And the reason why, because most of these women that was attached to Melody, they all was trauma bonding, all maybe, they had a bad marriage, and they took it to an all-time low. So let me see if this is the clip right here.
Um,
Why am I not coming to the show, Martell?
because they ain't gonna let you on the show. Simple as that. They ain't gonna let you.
No questions that's gonna make you feel uncomfortable, because that is how you get paid.
And you see what she said? What did she say? She said, I'm not going to ask you any questions, especially when it comes to the show, because this is how you get paid. So she know her role. So you guys out there trying to cost these people from making a living and causing these people pure hell, but to them it was a job. to Martell. Martell thought he was acting until you guys start messing with his personal business. When you guys start making sure that this man was not able to make a living outside of love and marriage in Huntsville. So that's when the buck stopped. That's when you start hearing Martell. You wouldn't hear anything about Martell long as we stayed focusing on this reality show. You would have never heard a pin drop from Martell until people start leaking his personal business. When he's going to court with Melody, all of a sudden it's on YouTube. Anybody would get mad. Or just say, for instance, he's at the hospital, or him and Ariane taking the kids to the zoo, to certain events, going out there and swimming, the cameras on them. Anybody will get mad because, like I say, it's a line that should be drawn when it comes to these people' personal space. When it comes to these people' personal space. And you heard where Martell, and I'm truly believe when they open it up, because when I say something, you can take it to the bank. I truly believe when they open up, and I think they're going to come on maybe next week, they're going to open it up with Martell and Ariane going to court. You're going to see Ariane on that show. And if you don't see Ariane on the show, then Martell should not be on it as well, because if that's who he's with. No way in the world that you can film around that. But let's go ahead and play some more.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, that's how I get paid. Yeah, that's right. And that's how I take care of what I need to take care of.
and
Yeah.
he has respect for his job.
Yeah,
Hmm.
100%. I love but
I think
Carlos, are you behind all this, Carlos?
that's a struggle. Behind,
Yo. No, in terms of the reason that I came on live.
So as you can see right here, this is these people job, okay? This is these people job. And you guys took it to a very all-time low. It couldn't get no clearer than this. You guys all out the box because Ariane didn't get on the airplane with Martell, which, I wish he would have brought her there. But still of all, this is this man's job. This is how this man, he makes his living, which most likely I think he's doing more than, on this show. But, his business, maybe, this is, his source of income that's going to get his name out there. But you guys have taken this to an all-time low. You guys have made it so personal because you guys bit off of a lie. And now I'm starting to see the outcome. So Ms. Wu, make sure you email me because it's time for us to move on from this. It's time for us to stop beating this dead horse because these people are on a reality show, SHOW, to entertain us. And they are getting paid. But we got our blood pressure up. We out there sitting there, we doing the most. We doing it the most. But somebody got to sit there and come to their sense and say, first of all, I'm not getting paid for this. I don't have no bad money to go in and out of court over a freaking reality show because I promise you, Melody, Martell, Ariane, them, they ain't gonna sit there and call for a GoFundMe and hire an attorney. They're not gonna do that because these people trying to make it themselves. So what makes you think that they going to hire an attorney to get us out the world of mess that we'll get in over a freaking reality show? Make it make sense. Hey, bad girl. I see bad girls in the house. She says, good evening. How are you doing? Yes. But like I said, these people is not going to bail you out of all this stuff that we costing out stuff to get in. Going out there and stalking and harassing and striking channels over a freaking reality show. And these people getting on with their lives. And the only reason why they might be feeding you guys is because they wants to keep it going. Because the more you talk about it, the more you keep them in the algorithm, then hey, they can continue doing what they doing. But guys, we are not children. We are adults. But we acting like children. And all we have done is bit off a lie. Because just like I said, we want to go out there and talk about, Ariane is a fool. No, Ariane know what it's all about. That's why she's not on here acting up. And the only reason why she's acting up because you guys was calling her out. People got feelings. And some people, they know what's going on. They may not like it, but they know what's going on. And we react on things and then realize afterwards, oh my God, why I did this. It doesn't pay to come out when you know exactly what's going on. Sometimes we have to move in silence. Sometimes it's best to not even let your right hand knows what your left hand is doing. Look at Tisha and Marcel. Look how they building. You think that they can build if they would have got caught up in all the stuff that is going on when it comes to social media, coming to these content creators, texting them and telling them that, oh, your husband is cheating. Oh, your husband is doing this. Your husband don't even want you. Your husband only married you because you were pregnant. So what? He's still with his wife. And they are doing good. And it's time for us to start separating the reality show from these people's personal life. Stop worrying about these people's personal life, because I promise you, half of you guys don't even have your life in check. And it's time for us to move on. I don't know about you guys. Like I said, follow me, unfollow me, do whatever you want to do. But it's like beating a dead horse. We can't just keep coming on and talking about the same stuff over and over and over. We've been talking about this for 8 years. 8 seasons. When somebody's going to say it's time for us to move on, it's time for a solution. And it's time to know about other cast members. It's time for us to know about other people, not just Martell and Melody. And if it's going to be Martell and Melody, then you might as well go ahead and add Ariane on it as well. And you guys sitting there say, oh, I don't want to hear from Ariane. Yes, you do. Yes, you do, because that's a part of his story. If you can't hear from Ariane, then you can't hear from Melody, and you can't hear from Martell, because that's a part of their story. And I was listening to Carlos King. Carlos King say, nobody gonna tell my story. So if Carlos King could come out and say that nobody's going to tell his story, what makes you think that everybody going to tell Ariane's story except Ariane? Who can tell it better? I don't need nobody to tell my story. I could tell my own story. And who can tell it better than the ones that went through? And why is a threat that you don't want Ariane on? And the reason why, because everybody wants to sit there and see one person being elevated. And that's the part where I hope when it comes to the reunion, because some people sit there and say the reunion is supposed to be 5 parts. 5 parts? What the heck was going on? That show could be 5 parts. But then again, they might be able to comb through all the stuff that we've been talking about. So let it play out. Because I'm pretty sure it's a lot to talk about, because most of the stuff that happened with this cast, it didn't happen on this show. It happened on social media. So I'm pretty sure if this is going to be a 5-part reunion, then they're going to talk about all the doxing, the harassing, the stalking. They might even talk about the stuff that had happened with Kiki. Probably have just a segment, with just talking about all the stuff that happened with Kiki. You never know. Well, that's what I heard. And I'm going to say allegedly. But it's time, it's time for us to move on because most of the people that's doing the most is not the young ones that much. And if it is the young ones, child, child, need I say more? But most of the people that's doing all the doxing, the harassing, and the stalking is seasoned people that should be teaching the young ones. But the reason why the young ones is there because they think that, just because Melody comes on and jump on, their platform, we can get in the middle, we can get a piece of this where we can start selling our products. But you cannot sell anything by tearing down somebody else because you're going to end up paying it back 7 times. So you can go out there and call Maurice a cancer hunter and try to go in and sabotage people businesses. But while you building yourself up and you building on bad foundation, then somebody else going to come and tear down what you building. And that's real talk. Hey, Dark and Lovely. I see my girl Dark and Lovely is in the house. She says, good evening, beauties. Unapologetic in the chat. Welcome. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for coming in, guys. But this real talk, unapologetic, can't get no clearer than this. It's time for us to move on. It's time for a solution. We can't keep beating the same dead horse over and over and over. And the reason why they kept riding it over and over and over because we kept talking about it over and over and over. But if we stop talking about it over and over, then they're going to be able to move on. And that's the reason why when Carlos King came out, Carlos King did not denounce that. He didn't denounce it, and he's not. Because he know the more you talk about that show, whether it's good news, bad news, you're going to tune into it. So he's not going to stop it. This man is all about business. This is strictly business, guys. What you see right here is strictly business. So it's time for us to sit there and move on. It doesn't make no sense for us going out there and trying to get ourselves in a world of trouble. It doesn't make no sense for doing that. Because I promise you, just like I told you, it's going to be a surge of lawsuits. And do you think that these people are going to bail you out? No. These people is not going to bail you out. But it's the...
No, Ariana.
Hold on, let me see. But this right here, guys, I see it right now. It's these content creators. And it's some of these subscribers that's pushing this right here. And it's not all of the millimeters because one thing, they want to call us the ops. We don't go out there and dox harass. I know I don't. Once I say what I need to say, I go to sleep at night. I could sleep good, because this is not my life. When I was coming on, I say what I had to say and I move on and that's it. But when you got to go out there and start digging up in these people's personal business, sooner or later, that's going to come to an end because you thinking that you harassing these people, that's criminal. That's illegal. So all you doing is making it bad for you. You got people sitting there now looking at you. And it's not content creators that's looking at you. It's people that, like I said, can get the ball rolling. So you got to be careful. So let's go ahead and play some more.
Why am I not coming to the show, Martell?
Because they ain't gonna let you on the show. Simple as that. They ain't gonna let you.
No questions that's gonna make you feel uncomfortable because that is how you get paid.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
But
yeah, that's how I get paid. Yeah, that's right. And that's how I take care of what I need to take care of. Yeah.
And he has respect for his job.
Yeah, 100%. I
And
love on.
she all for it. So you can't get mad with Ariane because Ariane looking at this as a job, just like he would go to any other job. That's what she's looking at. She's not wanting for anything. You don't see she's struggling, so quite obvious he must be doing a good job. You don't see them out there, like you guys saying, robbing Peter to pay Paul. You guys thought these people were supposed to be miserable, unhappy, but these people came out looking good, very good. You guys wants to see something, but it is the content creators. It is the ones that's these overzealous fans that's pushing this, and it's not as big as they think it is. It's not big. They making it big because to them is a Ponzi scheme. But like I said, they're insane. We almost at the end of the year. So you better make sure, you get those books together. Because you trying to dig ditches for other people, but all the while you just digging ditches for yourself. And that's real talk. This is not the one I want to play. The other one I want to play. Let me see if I can go ahead and find it. Because I'm in 30 minutes. Because I don't need to be doing all that talking. Hold on. I don't know which one it was. But it's time for to move on. We fighting for some people, and these people ain't gonna sit there and bail you out of nothing. I promise you. People gonna look at you like a scum underneath their shoes. Get in trouble. Look how we sat there and saw this woman out there acting a fool. Got this old woman acting a fool out there in front of Stormy's business. Trying to, for content. It's not worth it. This is not worth it, guys. I promise you. It's time for us to move on. I was trying to find the other one. Hold on one second. Let me see. And then let me see if this is the one. That's not the one. Hold on one second. I'm going to just play this one right here because I truly think that these two are married, okay?
Go start that up. Cooking with Ari, because she can cook. She's a great cook. She's got to cook more often.
Martell,
I'm just kidding.
I was about to say I cook
almost
every day. Yes.
So you think that this man ain't going nowhere. I think this day right here, this is the day that during that time, I think that's when Ariane and Martell, I truly believe that these people got married. These people was married. Ariane ain't going nowhere and Martell is not going nowhere. I ain't never saw no other woman out there that Martell ever been with. And we're not even going to count Sheree because we already know that right there was a publicity stunt. And just like I'm going to tell you guys, everything that I told you guys came to pass when it comes to Ken. I told you about Ken. Ken is from Dayton. I've been saying it from day one. I truly believe when it comes to Ken, because Ken and Tisha, it was not a good fit when it came on that show, unless you can put the pieces together. Just them two alone, just saying they coming on, to be a part of the cast, it didn't make no sense. But it's a reason why Kent and Tisha is on that show. Kent is from Dayton, Ohio. Where's Ariane from? Ariane is from Dayton, Ohio. Those two are related, guys. Kent and Ariane are related, okay? And that's real talk. So, hey, I see Miss Pee Wee is in the house. She said Ariane has always known her role. Absolutely. That's why she wasn't the only reason why she was acting up because she was letting it get to her. She knew that when it came to the lipstick, dealing with makeup, we always talked about her with the lipstick, the lip gloss. Then Melody came out with that. When it came to clothes, she was selling her clothes online. Melody wasn't even selling no clothes online. Or modeling any clothes. But then Melody started doing every time when she would come out with something, Melody would do it. That would make anybody mad. And then people sitting there, they putting Melody and Martell together. Oh, Martell is chasing Melody. Martell was not chasing Melody. Martell had many times to get back with Melody, but he didn't want it, Melody. He's with who he wanted. And you guys could not see it. You guys wanted to keep these two together. These people was together just for business. Now, how all the other stuff happened, I don't know. But we already know when it comes to Melody and Martell, they could never be together. They would tear up each other. They would tear up each other. These two are toxic together. And like I say, when it comes to the Most High God, you guys don't want to hear about God, but you're going to hear about God when you come on this platform. He already knew the outcome. No way in the world Melody and Martell together in the same house could have raised those kids. No way. They was too toxic with each other. Just imagine the stuff that they did on cameras. Just imagine what was going on in that house. These people were very toxic to each other. Very toxic. And maybe when it comes to Ariane is everything that Martell wished Melody was. And some. And she playing, just like Pee Wee say, she's playing a role. What trash to you could be treasure to somebody else. So you can't get upset. Things happens. I truly believe nothing happened by accident. Nothing. And you cannot say when it comes to Ariane was a side chick. No, she was not a side chick. And you guys don't want to hear that. And even Martell say, hell with that. That's my woman. That's my woman. Now, the way they went about it, we don't know. Because we looking from the outside. And I know you guys don't want to hear it. But these two, when it comes to Melody and Martell, they were not together in the very beginning. I'm going to say allegedly, but according to what they put out. They came together to pitch this show. Why Martell and Melody didn't divorce each other? Because it was all about business. If you don't know anything about business, it's not easy to sit there and say, oh, I'm going to divorce you when you got so many different businesses attached to that. You can't just do that. But those two was living their own separate lives. Melody had her apartment. And maybe they probably came together just for the sake of the reality show. Probably had one little last, whatever. But it didn't work. It did not work. So it's time for us to move on. If Martell wants to continue staying on this show, then Martell going to have to tell his reality. He can't keep sitting there keeping her on the outside, even though it is, a business. So let's go ahead and listen to some more, okay? Bad Girl says these poor children went through it. Absolutely. Every time when I think of it, how when they went to the Fletcher's home and how they uproot their home through glasses. And I mean, they say when the cameras was off, and I'm gonna say allegedly, but they say when the cameras was off, they say that house was tore up. That house was tore up. And let's not even talk about the scene that Martell had showed Tasha K. They were lighting lighter fluid and lighter torches inside the house and pulling up plants, and it was just a total chaos. God was not going to let that happen because these people had some beautiful children. They were ruining those children. Oh, let's go in and let them go to therapy. Let's go take them to a therapist. No. God is not going to allow it to happen like that. And we already know when it came to Martell. And I'm not giving Martell no excuse. But when it came to Martell, Melody has a good man. He was a good man. What man that gonna allow his wife mother to live in the house as well, knowing that most likely she didn't like him, but she was living in his house and he was taking care of her as well, allegedly. You're right. That was insane. Totally sad. So like I said, everything happens for a reason. Everything happened for a reason. These people was good in front of people, faking it until they making it. And this man got a good person, good woman, which I hope when it comes to Ariane, that, she just don't just be just, catering to, him and his children and a good cook. I want to see Ariane. I want to see her succeed. I want to see her make it. And she can. I want to see her if she need to get back in school or she finished school. I want to see what she's doing. Her business, her clothing, the stuff that she was selling online. I want to see it prosper. I want to see all of them prosper. But you can't sit there and say, "Oh, I hate this woman." How can you hate someone that you don't know based off of a freaking reality show? And that's why Carlos King is not going to sit there and call nobody out because he know it's just a show. And the reason why they can't move on because you guys can't move on. Start talking about solution. It's time to let go. It's time to move on. And I promise you, they're going to start moving on. But you cannot sit there and say, I don't want to see Martell with Ariane. That's life, guys. That's part of his life. And I'm pretty sure when it come back on, you will see Ariane. And if you don't see Ariane, then they might as well just shut it down. Martell might as well just walk away from the show. But he cannot keep sitting there catering to you guys because now the show is just getting out of control. Nobody want to tune into that anymore. And you might sit there and say, well, we don't want to tune in if Ariane don't come on. We don't want to watch that. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Because most of you guys that's riding on a trauma bonding train wagon got a Ariane in your life. And that's what you can't sit there and you can't phantom. Because you got an Ariane in your life. Like I said there and say, this is life, guys. And in here is real talk, unapologetic, and non-biased. I'm not going to sugarcoat, guys. I can't sugarcoat. I can't sugarcoat. Hi, Michelle. Let's go ahead and play some more.
Oh, yo, how about just go without the filter?
How about not, girl?
You look good with that.
I know, but still.
Hey, girl, hey. Y'all so funny. Hey. Hey, Knox, ready to eat?
And I said I want some chicken, even though it's not chicken.
Oh, we're going to call it chicken. Mm-hmm. Are you ready to eat?
Yes, sir.
And it does not make no sense for you guys talking about a child. You can't talk about a child. You cannot. Because that's showing you guys is just jealousy, that green-eyed monster. And that's why Carlos King is not calling it out. Because he knows it's just a handful that's sitting there pushing this narrative. He knows it's just a handful. And we already know who you are. And you think that, oh, you can continue tearing down sooner or later. Melody gonna close the door on you guys. Melody gonna close the door on you guys because Melody already sat there and say, look, she's not gonna let you guys stop her checks. And if she do, she a fool. She already allowed them to take her husband. Because I truly believe that Melody would have still been beating this, whatever, still been riding on this if it wasn't for these so-called fans. Why it took a reality show to start divorcing? She wouldn't have divorced that man. She would have continued faking it until she make it because it was still putting money in their pockets. They go out there and do what they was doing. I'm telling you guys, the streets are talking. The streets are talking. Hey, checking boo says pure darkness when adults and folks degrade and make fun of kids. Nothing about that misbehavior is like because they was miserable because they had all this into their household. All the stuff that you see these people spewing out, it happened to them. Hurt people. So they out there sitting there talking about Melody, talking about Ariane, because they went through that. They experienced that. And they didn't know how to handle it. It made them bitter. They didn't know how to move on. But guys, like I said, ready or not, it's coming. Ready or not, it is coming. So you might as well get used to that face. You might as well get used to that face. And you guys don't see Ariane. You see the woman that your husband had messed with. That's who you see. And you're taking it out on Ariane. And that's real talk.
Oh, hold on. So this what Knox like to do. Watch out. Watch out.
Oh.
He like to do flips.
Look, but don't want to flip down.
All right. You say you like that? Flip. You ready to eat? Oh, you say you happy today? Mm-hmm. I bet she is happy today. If I was, I would be too.
So, okay.
Yeah, she happy. She should be. I'm happy too.
You should be.
Well, I should be happy. I am. Mm-hmm.
And you see that day right there? When he said, "Are you happy?" I bet she is happy. And she said, "You should be too." That's the time when they had gotten married. If they didn't get married, they had got engaged that day. I promise you that. Yes, he is. Martell is a good man. You would know when you got a good man because he gonna treat his mama. He gonna treat his mama right. And when you see a man treat his mother right, you know you got a good man. And Miss Marlene loved him to death. Miss Marlene was at her job and dropped everything and went saw about her baby, honey. When Melody wanted to cater to her overzealous fans and throw some receipts that's been like 2 years to get this man arrested. That right there woke Martell up, say, this is not acting. We supposed to be acting. This is supposed to be our job. You said what, and allegedly, we supposed to go out there and get these bags. So don't worry about what these content creators are talking about. That was the deal. That was the deal. But Melody, she wanted to cater to, allegedly, to her fans by going and submit a receipt. That was over almost 2 years. Thinking that, if I go ahead alleging, and all this right here to me is for entertainment purposes only. This is my opinion. If you can't stand the heat, get out the kitchen. But she didn't want it to go and submit that. She did it because she allowed her fans and those people that was in her ears to do that. Because Melody is not afraid of Martell. She can handle Martell. Anybody that's quick to throw something quick at him and say, that's why I beat you know what? Melody is not afraid of Martell. Melody was afraid of her fans, allegedly. That's what she was afraid of. That's who she got the security for, her fans. She was scared of you guys. She wasn't scared of Martell. Because anyone could come on and emasculate a black man. And the only reason why she went ahead and submitted that to the police department, she submitted that DV charge on him because she didn't want it Ariane on there. She feel like, okay, if I can get Martell attached to DV, nobody is going to work with him. I'm gonna just destroy the whole thing down because I don't want Ariane on it. She knew Ariane was going to soon be on that show. She knew that. Like I said, in here is real talk, unapologetic. Would I say you can take it to the bank? Don't get mad with the messenger just because I'm calling out. I've been calling out from day one. You guys just didn't want to take heat when I said somebody else got to say it with a huge platform. But I've been saying this for a long time. But now I'm saying right now, guys, don't get so caught up in this because these people are entertaining you. They're just trying to figure out how to add the other part to that show, the main character, because Ariane is a part of the main character. They made it all about infidelity. Chicken Your Boo says on the live where she told her fans to leave that billionaire alone. She admitted to being afraid of them. Absolutely. And you know we talked about that so many times. So you cannot go around and saying that Melody cannot control adults. We didn't say to control them. We just told you to sit there and tell them to stop doing what they're doing. You could do that just like you did that billionaire. When people was emailing him, you came out and you stopped it and they stopped. So why you can't tell these unhinged, overzealous fans to stop it? Why? Why? It's getting out of hands. If Melody really cared about you guys, she would come out and say, stop it. Because you guys gonna end up getting in trouble. And she ain't gonna bail you out. Ain't nobody gonna continue sending GoFund money because, like I said, you guys are being watched. Okay? Some of you guys losing your channels. And you know this is a part of your life. This YouTube channel is your life, your only source of income. And that's why you guys doing the most. Chicken Boo said Martell and his ex couldn't have last in a healthy relationship because the foundation of marriage is husband wives assuming their role. God made husband to be masculine and the head, not the wife. And see, they don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that because this Me Too movement got us all messed up. God is a God of order. You cannot say God this, God that, and then you do everything opposite of what you coming out there and you preaching. You calling yourself shaking up the heavens, and you expect things to go your way? No, it doesn't work like that. And like I said, one thing that I know when it comes to the Most High God, God does not make mistakes. And this generation does not want to hear it. Because like I said, they have fallen so far. They don't know what is right or wrong. They call good evil and evil good. This generation right here. They don't know because they lost. She could have publicized and denounced attacks and made it clear that it's not representative of her. She chose to not to act in decency. Absolutely. She could have cut it down. She could have shut it down, but she didn't want it to. Or she didn't know how to do it because she needed those products. And that's my opinion. She needed those sales. But what's the purpose of gaining the entire world and losing your daggone soul, losing your daggone mind? Make it make sense. Bad Girl says, I just saw the video today of her saying she was afraid of the melamine. Oh my God, you got to send that to me. She said, I just saw the video today of her saying she was afraid of the millimeters. Wow. And we're going to sell that because I didn't see it. But if you got it, girl, send it to me because I've been saying it. You guys know I've been saying it. That's why I stick to one show because this right here, I can see straight through it. This is my ministry. This is where my people at. It wasn't she afraid of Martell because every other week, however they have the kids, She see Martell. She gonna be seeing Martell, long as those kids, you know, long as they have kids together. Even when the kids get on their own, they still gonna see each other. If their kids have their family, their grandchildren. So you can't be afraid of something that is a part of you. She afraid of these millimeters. That's who she afraid of. She afraid of those millimeters. Absolutely. Many people call good evil and evil good because the Most High God have turned them over to a reprobated mind. Ari understand her role in femininity, not masculinity. Absolutely. Not absolutely. God favors orders. Absolutely, because he's a God of order. And you guys sitting there saying, "Oh, I don't want to hear all that." Well, like I say, I'm gonna tell you the truth, guys. I'm gonna tell you the truth. But I see the bigger picture. And no, Carlos King is not going to denounce Melody. He's going to stand with Melody because he know that, hey, to him is a show and the show must go on. And if you think that Tisha going to throw her husband away, Tisha, they breaking grounds. Didn't I show you the short? I showed you the little clip that they breaking grounds. You saw Martha on a bobcat tilling the grounds, building a house for his family. The man ain't gonna leave his wife. If he didn't left his wife back then, what makes you think he gonna leave his wife now for a melody? These people are entertaining you guys. Come on, guys. Wake up. Wake up. Chicken says when she asked them to leave that man alone, she could have told them to leave everybody alone. She definitely said it. Let me see. She definitely said it tried to joke it off. She was serious. Hey, Bambi said that. Chicken your boo said, I don't think she was afraid of Martell. She was quick to be aggressive and violent. She has stated publicly many times she beat his butt. Absolutely. Hey, Renee. Renee Williams says, Lady D, Melody is not scared of the millimeters. She is trying to hide her hands so she won't get sued by the network. But like I say, it's time for everybody to move on. It's time, like I say, I thought that when it came to Carlos, I thought Carlos was going to go ahead and denounce it, but now people saying that, maybe at the reunion, because it's supposed to be 5 parts. And I hope that, at the reunion, Melody takes some type of accountability. Some type of accountability. Because her hands is not that clean. Her hands was dripping as well. You know? Fantasy says she's still hooked to the curve. Well, she said that and said she couldn't even get a big O with the curve. So I don't know what it is. But like I say, these people, they just sitting there laughing all the way to the bank, honey. So guys, I'm gonna go ahead and close it out. I went ahead and did my hour. Okay. So country girl, if you want to close it out, you can. Checking your boo says if someone get hurt and meters who might have mental challenges admit they were following Martell X, she can be held liable. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let me read this again. Absolutely. If someone get hurt and the meters who might have mental challenges admit they were following Martell X, she can be held liable with public videos of her dog whistle being evidence. And that's the reason why I think when it came to this content creator that recorded Ariane's phone calls, and I had been saying that from day one when they had said that this content creator, she went ahead and released the phone call from Ariane. I said, this girl can get in a world of trouble because you cannot record anyone's phone calls without their without them giving you the go to do that without their consent. And when she did that, I knew that she was going to be in a world of trouble. And also at the time, Ariane was not a public how you say that and say I don't got tongue tied, guys. A public figure. Yes. Ariane is a public figure now, guys, because Ariane is about to sit there and come on this show. I might as well come out and say it. And I'm gonna just say allegedly too, but Ariane is now a public figure, but back then she wasn't. Okay. So at the time when you guys was using her likeness, she could have came after you guys as well. Okay. Yes, thank you, country girl. You know, girl, that I had a brain freeze. Yes, a public figure. So country girl says another great live, unapologetic, real talk. Thanks to everyone for coming on today. Stay safe and God bless you all. So, guys, on that note, you all be blessed. Enjoy the rest of your day. Make sure you go ahead and hit like, comment, and share these videos for more unapologetic content. And you all be blessed.